Hey there, this is Mr. Mike Kaufman with an introduction and view of how to use Mission Control, a really cool MacBook feature that allows you to easily swipe and change between different windows or different applications that you have open. It makes having and navigating through your computer a little bit easier, and I highly recommend it. Alright, so let me take a look at my screen. I've got a lot going on, right? I'm doing a research project here with some friends on a Google Doc about dogs. So I have that tab open, right? I've got my research there, some images that I'm looking up to add in my research project. I have my keynote presentation ready to go. That way I can present on dogs. I also have my emails open, and I have that because I'm waiting for a reply from my aunt, who's a vet, who's going to give me some cool information on it. Now with all this a mess, it's kind of hard to navigate between my computer. I got to minimize. Right, I also have my Easy Bib open to cite my sources. Right, if I want to go full screen, then I got to exit full screen and then minimize. So lots going on, but there is an easier way, and that's where Mission Control comes in. I'm simply going to swipe up with my 3 fingers, right, and then I'll notice I should do it again in 1 second. When I have all my applications open, I'm going to swipe up with 3 fingers, and you notice this screen now of Mission Control pops up. And now I'm going to drag my different windows and create different desktops, so to speak. So the first one I want to add in with the plus button, right, is my research Google document. I want to then put my images over next. Again, I'm just clicking and dragging it over to that little plus symbol. There's my Easy Bib window. Finally, my keynote. And the last thing I'm going to put is my email because that's going to be the least important. Now I can always switch the order of it. Right, maybe I can put my email to the front because I'm going to use it more often. And then I'm going to swipe down with my 3 fingers, and now I have my blank desktop open there, and I just swipe to the left with my 3 fingers. There's my first window, and I can put it full screen that way to use my space the best. I'm going to swipe right, and again I'm going to put this application full screen as well. And for my Easy Bib, I'm going to do that again, so I'm using my screen to the best of its ability. Again, I'm just swiping right with my 3 fingers. All right, I swipe right again. Notice that's my last desktop screen that I've opened. I can just swipe left to go back. Right, and there it is, right? I've got all my screens now, just super easy to access. And I notice I've got a couple of desktops there that sort of added itself. I don't want those in between. Just hover my mouse over it, click it. The X, and it's gone. All right, get rid of desktop 3 as well. And again, I just swipe up, hover my mouse, exit it out, hover my mouse. Now let's say I want to have a couple screens back open together. Again, I can just hover it, and it's going to then remove it from the Mission Control, and now I can have those screens back open. So there we go. That's the introduction to Mission Control and how to set it up. Now, one thing I highly recommend is not to get too overwhelmed by it. Right? We don't want to multitask too much because it definitely will slow us down. So any unneeded desktop screens, I might just close out. Right? I don't want to, again, distract myself anymore with all the wonderful things that I have on my laptop. Now, that is it. I hope you enjoy using Mission Control. Good luck.